Welcome and thank you for joining us on Monday night. This is Monday Night Men's Talk, and we have Mr. Shane and Mr. Neil, and we're doing some real talk. What is your favorite person or story in the
I
Bible?
would say King David. Out of all the characters in the Bible, he stood out to me. He had brothers that were, warriors, and he was a shepherd, and kind of overlooked and. But very close to God, and with the faith of God, Solomon had his, thousands, and David had his tens of thousands. And even with that, he had the opportunity to, to kill Saul, but yet he, showed him that, and time after time, he was just tracked down. So, yeah, just King David.
David and Goliath and the Lion's Den. Those two, they have always spoke to me. It's always shown to me, like, no matter what happens in life, no matter how big, like, you could survive just insurmountable odds.
What would you say are big distractions and temptations?
Distractions for me would be like I want to watch football, I want to watch, the news. I want to do things that I want to do, but my kids need me. So I have the DVR. People are like, "What? You haven't seen the game yet?" No, I haven't. But when the kids go to bed, I'm gonna watch it, and it's gonna be awesome. They're like, people see me walking around with my jersey, and they're like, "How was the game?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'll see it later." And they're like, "Oh, okay," And sometimes the game's really bad, and I can just fast forward through it, which works okay. But distractions like things that I want to do versus what I should be doing, and then I have to prioritize those things.
Oh, I love them so much, but video games. Not, I mean, don't get me wrong. Video games are great. They have great stories, especially if you pick the right one. But I mean, sometimes, especially with me, I'll get locked in on it, and then the world will disappear around me. And as a father, as a boss, it's just in life in general, I can't get locked in the whole time. So I really have to ring myself in with that.
How do you grow your relationship with God?
All right. Well, faith. You have to have faith. To get faith, it's like going to the gym. You have to, constantly be seeking. You have to continue. It's easy to get off track, and then it's hard to get back on. But if you just continue and make it, put the effort into it. Start your day off with the music. Start your, study the Word and seek Him and have that faith. You you can try to seek him, and you just have to want it. You have to want it because you want it in your heart. You seek him, and you just have to put a lot of work into it.
Oh, you have to know how you best hear him first. Some people listen, some people sing, some people read the word, some people speak the word. It's each person's different. You've got to know which type of person you are, because then you can truly grow once you know what your best learning, your best way of doing it is.
Today, what is a lesson from the Bible that you can share with men today? Let's go.
Well, I mentioned King David and all of the trials and tribulations that he went through, and how he looked at those situations. And you know, I find myself a lot of times being in situations where there would be, it would be easier to do something, but it's not what I'm being called to do. I have to do the right thing, and doing the right thing isn't always as easy as just doing what you want to do. And there's going to be times where God's going to test you, and He's going to, things aren't going to go the way that you wanted them to. And but just knowing that God has a plan for you, and that plan is better than your own plan, can help you get through a lot of the stuff. And at the right time, God will use you in the right way. And
No matter how big the problem is, that God, He's gonna bend you, He's gonna twist you, He's gonna spin you, but He will never break you. ever. He will take you to that limit, all so that you can see that it can come back. No matter how far down you fall, no matter how much of a trip, you can always come back. He's there for you, and he's never given you anything that you can't come back from.
Thank you for joining us for Men's Talk. We hope this encouraged you, and we know that in the Bible it says, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens one another.
God loves you, and so do we.